1 billion.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Sour Power Media of Tigray. Sour Power Tower. Sour Power Tower.
You still have like hard time, you know.
Hold up.
Let's make it short. Let's make it short. Like say CPOT. CPOT. Let's make it short. Cyber Power of Tigray Media.
Oh man! Wow. Hello, and welcome back. My name is Devendra Smith. And alongside me is Mr.
Ephraim Cyber.
Okay, Ephraim. Give it
Cyber.
to give the people. Give it to the people. What is it?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing? How you guys been doing? This has been like, you know.
No. Give the name, man. You gotta get the name. You gotta get the name.
Cyber Power of Tigray Media.
That's what I said.
Ephraim.
That's what I said. The Sour Power to Grind Media. That's exactly what I said.
You've been having a hard time, you know, pronounce it. You know,
man,
you cannot even pronounce Tigray.
I said Tigray.
There you
It's
go.
not.
No, you
It's not. Hey, okay. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good thing. And in the comments, let him know that I did pronounce that correctly, okay? Because he's giving me a hard time.
I know what they're gonna say. He doesn't even know how to say Tigray.
I bet the people gonna agree with me that I said it correctly. That's what my money is betted on. How you doing today, my friend?
Very good, but it's been a long time, man.
I know, man. How was your
time.
weekend? Had a pretty good weekend?
Well, I had a lot of like, you know, food during Thanksgiving, man. The traditional food here. You know how many holidays we have?
No, how many?
Come on, man. You know, we have like, you know, we live here, right?
Right.
You know, we have all the American holidays.
Okay.
It's about like, you know, how many of them? About 8 a year, right? Like
Yeah.
the majority of
You're the
them.
majors, yeah.
Yeah, the majority of like, you know, the holidays are 8, American 8, like, you know, New Year. We have our New Year, September 9,
Okay.
which is September 11 usually.
See, this is educational for me
Right.
because I have no idea. You know, but no. When I was in the military, that's one thing that I love about being in other countries because we got our holidays off and then we got our host nation holidays. So that was great, you know, because really did less work, you know, because
Let me count them.
You know,
let me count for you. You know,
So, okay,
holidays,
now-
how many holidays and how many expenses I have. You need to find each holiday. It needs what, you know. You know.
so how many?
You know how many
How many-
expenses? You know?
No. How many
Holidays we have a year.
Ethiopian holidays you have a
Okay,
year?
it's the same, but it's different day and different thing. You know, that's the way. You know, well, I mean, I don't postpone the happiness.
Okay. I do
You know,
spoon
I like
happiness.
exactly. I like to have fun and I like to have, but it's sometimes it's too much. You know, like we celebrate 2 years in 1 year. Okay.
2 years and 1 year.
Ethiopian New Year and American New Year. Okay.
Okay.
January 1st.
Okay. All right.
And then
Then
September
September.
11, right? And then we have the Christmas, right? Lidet, we call it Lidet. You know, we call it Christmas.
No, what you call it?
They fall in a different Christmas.
No. What did you call it in your language?
We call it Lidet.
Ledet?
Yeah,
Ledet. Okay.
the birds of
Okay.
Christ. Okay.
Okay. No. Hey, you educating me, man.
I'm
being
okay.
in all honesty,
Okay.
man.
We
this
have
is education.
Pasika.
Now, what is that?
Pasika is Easter.
Fatika.
Fasika.
Fatika.
Sika.
Fasika.
Exactly.
Fasika. Okay.
And Fasika is Easter, you know, and they don't fall on the same day. we have our own Easter, which is following after 40 days of fasting.
Okay. All right.
Everybody has to fast like 40 days. And then after that, we have to celebrate Fasika, which is Easter.
Fasika. Okay.
And Easter is one of the big holiday.
Oh yeah.
For
so
all Ethiopians.
So what do you call the 40-day fast then that you guys do?
Tzom Arba'a.
Oh God, he's killing me now.
He cannot pronounce that. I know. We call it Tzom Arba'a. Arba'a.
Summer afar. Tzom
Arba'a.
Abba.
Like 40.
Some Abba. So that's what 40 means.
Yeah, fasting 40 days.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay.
I mean, sometimes it's not exactly 40. Sometimes it's just 50 days. You fast. It depends the year. But you have to follow that, fasting for 40 days before you even celebrate Pasika. So New Year, Easter, and what else? We have birthdays. Like how many? It depends how many family members you have.
Wait a minute. Like, what?
Myself, my wife, and I have 3 kids. Like, how many birthdays I have a year? 5 birthday, right?
Okay.
And then the New Year, the Easter, the Thanksgiving. What's the other big holidays? Mother's Day, Father's Day, Wife Day.
Well, every day is wife day.
Every day is wife day, Valentine's Day. And we have we have about 8 of them. At least 8 major holidays a year.
Wow.
So 8 plus 8
is
16, right? Plus 5 birthdays.
Big money, huh? Big pimping.
22, right?
Hey.
21 plus Valentine's Day, plus.
So y'all do celebrate Valentine's Day?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, Fu'urat Day.
So your wife is just really happy being here in America then, right? She like, get on the program there.
Exactly. So yeah, it was great. Thanksgiving Day was like,
now,
at the same time, we shop for the traditional food. At the same time, for the kids, the American way of celebrating the food. We have to have the big turkey with all the
trimmings
surrounded by potatoes, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then we have kutfo, tipsy.
Hold up, man. Hold up. You're going too fast. What?
You never even had Ethiopian food before, did you?
No, I have not.
All right.
And see, he's called.
I'll take that assignment.
You see this guy here? I'm like, oh yeah, man, my boy, you my boy.
But never.
You're like, no. You keep American food. You just keep eating that American food. I'm like, okay, I see how we are, man. I see how we are. So
sandwich, right?
now, since I have control of the cameras and stuff, I think I just
You
have.
crack me out, man.
I'm gonna cut him out of the broadcast. Kill his mic, please. I have the control rooms. Oh man! So what does when you talking about the Ethiopian food and stuff? What is it, and how much is it?
Well, it depends. It depends. Exactly. All the turkey sandwich or chicken sandwich are not the same. Right.
Right. Different ingredients, prepared a little bit different. Yeah.
How they make it.
Yeah.
Some special chicken, chicken fillet. And
chicken fillet.
McDonald's and burger. They all are they have their own taste and they have their own quality, right?
Right.
So, a special when you order kutfo, for example, kind of raw or a little bit cooked or well cooked beef meat.
Yeah.
With a lot of cheese around it,
Well, since Ephraim hasn't
chopped,
he hasn't taken me out to the Ethiopian restaurants and stuff, so I'm finna put him on blast now.
Of course,
he told
I will.
me he no. He told me.
Of course, I will.
He told me. He told me before
sometimes this week.
we were sitting around talking, going over our notes and stuff, and we was talking about Ethiopian restaurants and stuff. I was like, so I said, hey, Ephraim, does the food taste like back home? He said, it tastes better than my wife's.
I will actually take you to one of my best friend and my family's restaurant here in Seattle, Washington, called Alem Restaurant. Alem Restaurant is a great restaurant. I'll take you there.
No,
man.
no. So when you get home tonight, your wife gonna be like, whose food better than mine? Yeah. So get him when he walks through that door.
You cannot even find any food in any restaurant is like my wife.
Oh, now you trying to clean it up. He's trying to clean it up now. No.
My wife's food is the best.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, honey. Your food is the best.
That's why I don't even know. How many restaurants we have in Seattle, Washington.
You weren't saying that earlier. Man. So I'm
never
putting you
see
on
me at the
blast.
restaurant. Unless my wife is like out of town on vacation.
Right.
I've been honest, man. I've been honest, seriously.
Okay, on a serious note, E, man, it's been reported that the Ethiopian government and TLPF, they have reached agreement to do an orderly and smooth coordination of disarmament, and other key points was including restoration of law and order, as well as restoration of service and unhindered access to the humanitarian supplies. I know the media says one thing, but you have contacts and stuff like that. What is really going on? Are people getting these things that the media is quote unquote saying that, things are start to happening?
Well, to be honest with you, talking about Tigray right now, it's still very devastating situation. I don't want to talk about Tigray, every day bad things, but that's what happens, and that's what exactly is going on in Tigray right now. It's been almost now 26 days since the peace agreement was signed in Pretoria, South Africa. And the detail of it was discussed by those chief military officers in Nairobi, Kenya. And they are still trying to do the disarmament of the Tigray Defense Force, then the unhindered access or unfettered access, sending food. Of course, to be, don't get me wrong, they start a little bit of food, like about maybe 36,000 food has been sent already, but it's not we don't even know for how many people that will feed,
Right.
Restoration. When you say restoration, what does restoration mean? Restoration, which includes everything. Reconnecting the Tigray is one thing. Mm-hmm. Having the internet, the media, turning on the data is not going to take a lot of time. The banking system is still closed. Nothing. No market, no anything is going on. Of course, I heard the Ethiopian Airlines aviation management are saying on the TV the day before, next week they will be starting the domestic international flights between Addis to Tigray, Mekelle, which is we have 3 international airports in Tigray, and 2, one of them is already destroyed from the
bombings.
When I say destroyed, it's not functional. I don't think it's going to be suitable to take off and land not the international flight purpose, but also for the domestic, even for those small -6, -5.
Right.
I don't think they are able to land and take off from Aksum Airport.
Because of the runway has been damaged?
It's been damaged, yes.
I was reading an article, I'm glad that you touched on the airlines, and the article was talking about. It was a man talking about the Tigrayan people when they leave their homes, they always look up to the sky and it's like a symbol of being thankful.
Yeah.
But then it was for the last 2 years looking up into the sky was like a terror now because of the bombardment and stuff. So now that you're saying that the planes will be flying again for domestic flights, it can bring about a little bit of normalcy back to the people,
Yep.
Instead of being terror when they see in the sky, they can see, aircraft taking people back and forth now.
Yeah. I mean, still, that's the post-traumatic stress is still there.
Yes.
Because of the
that's something you don't get over with real quick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still, the drones, even the normal air transportation, when it starts, people will still scared and they cannot trust the sky.
Right.
Because the drones, helicopters, the Su-27, MiG-21, all these were like on the air, like bombing and bombarding the cities and the people of Tigray. So still the post-traumatic stress disorder and the post-traumatic stress is still there. But at the same time, the only open international airport is right now Mekelle in the capital city. Since the ISAS for the Eritrean troops are still under control of Shire and Aksum.
Let me interrupt you real quick. A couple of podcasts ago, you said it was hard for you to hear yourself. You got to talking to the mic.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been staying away from the mic.
You got to talk into the mic so people can hear you. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So yeah, the even though we have 3 international airports, but 2 of them are not under control of the Tigray government. The only international airport is functional right now is in Mekelle city, which is the capital city of Tigray. And hopefully, even that international airport has never been used for the last 25 days, except for Abu Sanjo and some special guests last week, and nothing else. But during the any international war, any domestic war, any kind of hostility, when you have the international airport, we're supposed to have humanitarian access through that international airport. Like last time we mentioned, they can even airdrop during the wartime, even though we have international airport under control of Tigray administration and the regional government. So the World Food Program, WFP, the OCHA, and all this, the Red Cross, I don't know what they are thinking. I don't know why they are still asking the Ethiopian government permission to go to help the Tigray people.
Well, okay, I can answer that portion.
Okay.
As a sovereign government, which Ethiopian government is, it's a sovereign government.
Yes.
And you have to still get permission. You have to still respect. That'd be like me saying, "Hey, I'm coming in. You've been starving your family," and I'm like knocking at the door, like, "Hey, open up the door. I'm coming in. I'm going to feed your people. I'm going to feed your wife and kids." I can't do that because that's your house still. You know what I'm saying? I have to get permission to come in. So, yes, I hear you when the people needs it, but as far as diplomacy, you can't just go in because it'd be like invading another country.
Yeah.
So that portion.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that. But still,
it doesn't mean that, it's easy.
If you put yourself on my place,
Yeah.
I don't understand why the people are still starving. Whatever they are doing for other countries, they're supposed to do for us, for the people of Tigray. Because this government is already, not right now, starting the peaceful. I don't want to, to be pain in a butt or saying bad things, predicting bad things. But, exactly what's going on right now is it's been 26 days and you don't see a lot of progress.
That's the key right there.
Right.
There's been little progress since these peace
Just a little
accords.
progress.
Just
And that progress is like, going through
very minuscule.
with disarmament. They are just waiting to disarm the Tigray defense forces and the Tigray people instead of helping the people of Tigray. How about there's a lot of 100,000 people are displaced from, I know the geographical places you don't know, but from Shiraro all the way down to Adwa are under the control of the Eritrean troops and the Amhara militia and the Ethiopian troops. All this can be fed. They can be, all these people, they can, the restoration means reintegration. They need to go back to their home instead of sending them or taking them to unknown places. What they are doing right now is the Eritrean government is taking a lot of youth and adults, whatever, between 6 years old to 60 something years old, taking them to the camp area instead of telling them to go back to their home, their house, and giving them some kind of aid. So this, for me, it doesn't really make sense at all. But what they are focusing is right now disarming the Tigray people. So by disarming the Tigray people, that means they wanted to control. They wanted to have full power of the Ethiopian government.
Yeah, because you can't fight back if
you can't fight back.
If you don't have any weapons.
And that's not going to happen. For sure, you cannot just disarm when you have foreign troops inside your house.
Yeah.
When they are going house to house, when they are killing their own our people.
Yeah.
When they are raping our mothers and sisters.
Yeah, I was reading another report, and we'll get into this later on, but it was talking about how the Eritrean military guys are still doing it,
They are.
They're still
They
doing
are
it.
still doing it. They are
Yeah.
still doing it. And they are, very sinful people, evilness, the way they do it is restrain the woman, and the way they do it, they do sexual abuse, the way they do, they kill them, everything, burning the houses, going house to houses, and they are still looting all, in Shire we had gold mining, we had multiple resources. That area is already taken away, or the rest of it is just destroying it. Why are they doing this?
Spite.
Right.
Yeah, spite, and trying to weaken when the people of Tigray come back. It's limiting their resource capability, right? To be less dependent.
Right.
In other words.
And this has been addressed, to be honest with you. There is one video, if you watch, the Ethiopian the former Ethiopian foreign minister, who is from Tigray also. He just got murdered during the last 2 years fighting in Tigray. His name is Ambassador Siyum Mesfin. Ambassador Siyum Mesfin was he predicted all this process.
Wow.
He told the world on YouTube. I mean, I will show you. I'll send you that YouTube link.
Okay.
He actually explained that what the plan was, the Eritrean plan.
And nobody listened to him.
Nobody listened to him. And
why do you think that? That nobody took heed to what he was telling them.
They wanted to, just they wanted to do the ethnic cleansing. They wanted to do to eradicate the Tigray people. And what did the Tigray people do? It's just, first of all, why are they doing this? I was thinking about that always. Why are they being the enemy of Tigray people? What do they have done for Tigray? First of all, they have never done anything bad for Ethiopian people. All they have done is they have changed the poverty to the middle class. They have, Ethiopia was, if you see like, Ethiopia 30 years ago, and then in the last 30 years, it was like, the development in each section by section, like ministry by ministry, the education department. Last time I told you about from elementary school, kindergarten school, the middle schools, high school, colleges, and universities are doubled. We have only, when Mungus Haile Mariam was in power, we only had like, maybe 5 or 6 universities in the entire nation. Right now, 5, 6 universities are in one city. Colleges are multiple. High schools are in each corner. Colleges are in each corner. Kindergarten, private, and like, governmental kindergartens are middle school, and high schools are like, in each corner. The road technology is completely changed. We have a lot of freeways. We never had any freeway in Ethiopia, in the entire nation, before the Tigray people came to the power.
Wow.
This is history. I'm telling you this history. You can search, you can see, you can check the pictures of the Ethiopia like 30 years before and in the last 27 between the EPRDF government. Why they hate? They hate us because we are united. We have speak our language. We keep our culture, and they think we are smarter than them, and also because we take over the dictatorship of Mungus Haile Mariam government and Haile Selassie governments in the past, and because we celebrate that victory every year, and they think we are superior than them, and that's a complex, which they call it is inferiority complex. They have inferiority complex against Tigrayan people. So that inferiority complex, they like to act, they like to show their superiority. That's why they are killing the Tigray people.
That we're talking about the Eritrean, right?
Eritrean, even the Ethiopian governments and elites. I wouldn't say the Ethiopian people, but the elites, the Ethiopian elite, the Ethiopian, the Amhara elites.
So okay, that's what I wanted to touch on right there, because I get it. You have.
I know it's very complicated for you,
right? It's different factions.
Which one is which? You are
different
Ethiopian. You're talking
factions.
about Ethiopia, but
No.
Our
I'm
followers
talking
and
about,
our viewers, they understand what they are.
Right.
Talking about.
But I'm talking about. I'm just looking at it from the whole country, right?
Right.
The whole country, not the different. I know different factions. I think that's where we're at now. The different factions are coming and fighting against each other.
Right.
Because when I look at Ethiopia, you guys' country was the only one that was not
colonized.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Right? So to me, just me in my mindset, my way of thinking, that should unify you guys right there off the bat. Right. The whole Ethiopia, like, hey, that's something to put a feather in your cap over. We're the only country in Africa that never been colonized.
Right.
So why are we fighting amongst each other? That baffles me, man. That's very perplexing to me.
Yeah.
When you can stand up here and say, out of US, out of Italy, Germany, France, none of you guys came here and colonized this country.
Right.
But then you're fighting amongst each other. Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
in 1800s, the war was like, taking place in Tigray. The people from Italy came, not only Italy, but multiple countries tried to colonize us.
Yeah.
Like the Turkey tried, Sudan tried, the Italian tried, France and England tried. They couldn't able, we defeat them.
Yeah.
We send them back, When we defeat them, that's what actually Eritrea created as a country, because the Italian government came through the Red Sea and they colonized Eritrea first because Eritrea is like, at the corner of Red Sea.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And man, this thing is so much bigger, man. It really is. It really is, right?
Yeah.
Oh God. Ooh. Just imagine if the entire continent of Africa had the willpower of Ethiopia.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know how powerful Africa really would be on the world stage?
Yeah.
Oh my
If it was like,
Yeah,
defeated
yeah.
like us, most of the countries, like, the world is still in Africa. The diamond are a lot of in Africa, like, the gold and whole resources are in Africa.
Africa is the only continent.
Nigeria.
Africa as a whole is the only continent that has every major mineral on this planet.
Exactly.
Africa has that.
Right. Only Congo can feed the entire Africa. The sources in Congo or the sources in Nigeria can feed the whole entire Africa. But the main reason that we cannot use our resources are conquer and what?
Hey, divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer, man.
Divide and conquer.
Yep.
We all always divided and we always fight each other.
Exactly.
And we have multiple tribes. We don't communicate each other. We don't understand each other.
Yep.
We have a different language in between. We have a different color. And we'll say, he is darker than me and he's darker than you. That guy doesn't have no nose. That guy has a big lips. That guy doesn't have lips. That guy doesn't have this and that and this, little minor things.
Yeah.
The whole major stuff,
Yeah.
That's why, like African leaders, they become like, united and they start like, changing the country. They always got murdered somehow, some way.
Bruh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to tell you, right? I'm going to tell you.
You just have to be a puppet.
Oh boy. Okay.
We're talking now, right?
We're talking. Yes, because it all ties in to the same thing. Because one report I read was that Muammar, he was on the cusp of unifying the whole continent.
Muhammad Gaddafi, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was
The
on the
Libyan
cusp.
the Libyan
he was on the
president.
cusp
Yep.
of unifying the entire continent of Africa.
Right.
Right? Do you know what would have happened if he would have did that? Mm-hmm. Like we just said, every resource on the planet is located in abundance in Africa. Mm-hmm. And guess what? You would have crashed the Western world. It would have been a crash.
Yep.
It'd been a crash.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you had to come to Africa because Africa can back their currency up with natural resources.
Yep. The natural resources, the weather is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Ethiopia, you have like 13 months of sunshine. I don't know, when I say 13 months, you will say, oh, you guys have 13 months? Because we never had 31 days in 1 month. Mm-hmm. We all have 30 days. And then the rest of 2 weeks, those one extra days, at the end, they will become 2 weeks. And then that's the 13 months. And those whole entire 13 months is sunshine. We have the winter and summer seasons, but those seasons doesn't affect you to have fun and move or to do anything.
Yeah.
You could do anything you want. And it's very beautiful natural resources that we have. But are always politically instability, like, economical instability. Everything is like, in Africa. Ethiopia, for the last 30 years, we had a little bit of like, relief from war and from hating each other, fighting each other. But just became, after the Prime Minister Meles Zenawi he died, And why he died, and that's another agenda we will talk about some other time. But when I talk about the war in Tigray, we all fight, like, when we fight with Italians, we never had any automatic guns or anything. It's just all like, the one that, you put one bullet and and another bullet, the old style of the gun, and we have like, the all kind of traditional horses and stuff, But the Italians came with machine guns and with a lot of stuff.
Well,
The human wave war style,
yeah,
able to control the whole thing, and then they were okay. So they are brave, and they know how to fight, and they know how to keep their identity. They know how to keep their culture. They know how, they never invade anyone, but never been nailed down for any invaders.
Yeah.
Even for Eritrean government, they will never, the Tigray people just fought actually enough for the Ethiopian troops. They were able to defeat them. Even for Eritreans, by one, they cannot fight with Tigray people. Even though they don't have no drones, they don't have no air forces, they don't have any kind of big artillery and machine guns or some stuff.
Yeah.
Missiles and stuff. Just the normal thing. They know how to fight and they know how to defeat themselves. But they have joined together the Eritrean troops and the Ethiopian troops plus the Amhara militia and the all religions and came with the human wave with the whole sources and then that's why we are stuck right now.
Yeah.
The good thing is
it's like a bully. It's like a bully, when you want to fight, they don't want to fight you one-on-one, so they go and grab the others.
Right.
So it's kind of hard. No, it's hard.
It is hard.
You stand a better chance one-on-one with the enemy versus, if you have to fight 3 or 4. It's kind of hard to do.
It is hard to do.
So.
At the same time, they were not fighting with Tigray Defense Force in front of the Tigray Defense Force, between the, having some kind of mountains and strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, what they have done is they have sent all the troops to displace all the Tigray people, the innocent people, the civilians, so that way you don't have any kind of support behind to pick up your injury soldiers, and no one, you will never have any people to help you, to feed you when you are fighting.
Yeah.
That's the new strategy they are using right now, and that's why it's just collapsing everything. But anyways, it doesn't mean that the Tigray Defense Force is weak now. They are still strong. They can still fight, but they chose, to have the peace agreement. They have signed everything. What's the progress is the main question right now.
Yeah.
The progress is too slow. Why are they doing it too slow? Why the international community are not following up with this restoration and reintegration and the peace agreement? Where is the unhindered access for the humanitarian? Where are those Red Crosses? Where are those UN? Why we have United Nations? We cannot see a brave journalist. We have one CNN last year. She went all the way in Tigray and she have exposed everything what's going on. They even denied that the Eritrean troops are not in Tigray. But the CNN journalist went to Tigray and she saw and exposed those Eritrean troops were in Tigray. And this has been predicted by Ambassador Siyumi and has been told before even the war what they were planning. So, as of right now, what I'm talking about is the restoration is still slow. The international community needs to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
It's been more than 26 days, and the restoration is still slow. Our people are still dying. We need to have reintegration, restoration of all basic necessities. Our people need electricity. Our people need internet. Our people need food and medical supplies and everything. The bank system is still closed. None of the banks are working. How could you, and the federal governments are still no budget. It's been more than 2 years now. Tigray has no any budget, any federal budget. The whole regional governments in Tigray have budgets every year, maybe about $36 million or maybe more than that. for the whole, for the nurses, for the doctors, for teachers, for lecturers, all, governmental employees. All those employees have never had any kind of payment for the last 2 years. So they are dying.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, homeless right now. No electricity. So that needs to start. That needs to restore as soon as possible. Not as soon as possible, but immediately.
So that would be more of the economic and social interest of the people then, right?
Right.
To get the banks back open, get the factories back open.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
Those are the basic ones. Social interest and the advancement of economy. We need to restore those. We need to have the banking system. If you don't have you have money in the bank,
But you
but you
can't
don't know where the
access it.
bank is. The bank is closed.
Yeah.
So that means you're nothing. For example, if you are you have money in the bank, if you don't have your debit card with you, or in America, what are you gonna do? Go into the store?
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
hear you.
it's not only that, but even the stores are closed. Nothing is going on. Nothing is moving. Nothing to import. Nothing to export. No movement around. People are dying in their home. There's a lot of emaciated people you can see. Malnutrition people are everywhere.
Yeah, that's one of the reports I read.
Premature kids are being born. Pregnant women been having a birth on the jungle. No health sectors. All the health sectors has been looted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the
all
doctors.
This is
one of the doctors there was saying that even doing basic surgery is like going back to the 1800s. Oh, what? What is going on here?
something interrupting the.
They on to us, E. They're trying to stop the broadcast, man. They're trying to stop the broadcast.
Are we still? Maybe they are attacking us, cyber.
Yeah, attacking.
Are we still online?
It's saying it's still streaming.
Good.
I don't know.
Okay, let's continue then.
You think the federalities are on to us? They don't wanna-
Federal government of Ethiopia interrupting us here.
they don't want us to get the word out. But I think I know what happened. I think the monitor battery just died on us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it's doing this little flickering, trying to compensate for that. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's what I think what just happened. The battery just.
But
died
are we
on us.
still live?
Yeah, we still.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Mm.
All right, E. What is the final solution that you think should happen, and we'll wrap up the show from there.
All right. Well, we have mentioned some of them, but to be honest with you, right now, what we need is we need healing in between. It's not about government between the government or the regional government and the federal government. Peace agreement signing a paper. It's not from your bottom of your heart. You need to think about those innocent kids. You need to think about your mother, the pregnant woman, the elderly people, the innocent people of Tigray, the innocent people of Ethiopia are still suffering.
Yeah.
Why? We need to ask why.
Yeah.
So enough is enough. This has been signed, and this needs to be implemented through in between the people of Tigray and the people of Amhara, the people of Tigray and the people of Eritrea, the people of Tigray and the people of Afar, and the entire people of Ethiopia and the people of Tigray. We have to start, forgiving each other, loving each other.
Right.
And we have to send some kind of donation for the people of Tigray. We have 110 million people in Ethiopia. If each individual people in Ethiopia are start to send at least $1 or $2 every day for 30 days, the people of Tigray can restore, can recover from their starvation, from their atrocities and malnutrition, all that kind of stuff, on top of the international community aid. We need to help them. Otherwise, you cannot just agree and say peaceful agreements and then, watching when the people are dying, when the people are disconnected from the world. Yeah. When the people have, data and internet, smartphones, but there is no internet because of the government. This is just a man-made disaster that we are having.
Yeah, true.
God created us to love each other, not to hate each other and kill each other. And they have made the decision, the Tigray regional people, they are doing everything. They are agreeing to disarm, and they have said that the constitution needs to be implemented. The constitution says what the whole region needs to be protected by the federal government. So the Eritrean troops must go to where they came from, to their place. And the Amhara troops and the other regional troops needs to go where they came from. And the Tigray people needs to be free and governed by their own government. So the universities needs to start, the high school, the kids needs to go back to school, the sick needs to go to hospitals, the priest needs to go to church. That's what restoration means. Basic normal life needs to be started. They have to start their own normal life immediately.
Yeah.
People are still suffering. Like for more than 2 years, people are never been asleep. They are always in the war and living in jungle and going underground, fearing from the air bombing and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And when someone, foreign people, comes with a gun and kills your kids and your husband and raping your wife and your sister and your mother, your wife, all that, think what they are almost the depression, the manic situation, the mental disorders. There's a lot of things that needs to be treated. All this has to be normalized as soon as possible. Yeah. So that's why we are asking for, and that's what we need to do. We cannot just wait and until everybody is disarmed. They cannot disarm. You cannot disarm them when you have foreign militaries in middle of Tigray. So they need to come out. Eritrean troops needs to come out, and the disarmament can go slowly. Once they feel secured, and they can disarm, they are armed. Because as long as you are secured, if your home is secured and nobody is coming to your house, then you don't have to worry about having a gun inside the house. But if you don't feel secured, then you will have security camera, you will have a gun, you will have the whole night, and everybody is doing this. So
okay,
that needs to be done, and the Ethiopian people and the Ethiopian government needs to work on those peace agreement, from the bottom of their heart, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Next week, I am trying to polish my man here. When I say you have the last word and wrap up, that's normally 1 minute and you wrap up the show. You don't go on a tangent because then you can go down other rabbit holes.
You make it Jorgen, right? I made it Jorgen, kind of I mean, okay, stop there. Come and stop there right now.
I should put a clock in the studio and be like, no, you're done. You're over with.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay, all right. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button once again, subscribe. And if you would like to be come on the show and sit beside this guy here and debate and talk about what's going on,
be part of the show.
Be part of the show. Hit him up, and we'll gladly put you on.
Exactly.
My name is Devander Smith, and my partner here is Ephraim. We'll see you next time on Cyber Power of Tigray Media. See you next time.
Thank you.